G'day crew, I'm Oscar Pelazon and welcome to another episode of Tube Time Tuesday. Today, I'm going to ask you to do one thing when you are figuring out who to hire. And I'm going to ask you to stop doing it because it's a mistake that causes blinkered thinking and too often results in hiring the right person but for the wrong job. Stop starting with the position title in mind when you begin to look to fill a position. Way too often, what I see business owners do is start with putting a finger in the air and saying, I need a sales director, I need a production manager, I need an accountant. Let me share with you an example of how starting with the position title results in the wrong person being hired and how changing the process results in the right person being hired for the right position. So I was working with a signage client. They created shop front signage, internal signages for offices and the like. And we'd implemented some strategies that resulted in growth. And as a result, he needed to grow his team. And what he did in the coaching session was say, I need to hire a graphic designer. My response was, okay, let's put a job description together. Now, what you need to understand is that he previously hired additional resources, in particular graphic designers, and he'd been disappointed in them and their performance, and he let them go within sort of 6 or 9 months. So rather than grab a past job description, we developed a detailed job description from scratch that included key attributes and clearly spelled out in detail the tasks that the person who was going to be employed would have to undertake. Once we finished, I looked at my client. We looked up to the screen, upon which the Word document was displayed in his boardroom. And my question to him was, do we need a graphic designer or do we need an estimator? Someone who could cost out our job quotes. His response, shit. No wonder the past hires had been no good. He needed an estimator, not a graphic designer. And no wonder the graphic designers were no good at their job. For a job that was for a graphic designer, it had no creative element. It was all logic and numbers. And guess what? The one thing is that highly creative individuals don't like. It's numbers. So we adjusted the key attributes and previous experience required, put an ad out, interviewed, and we hired a gun. So what are the key learnings from this story that you can apply in your business? Firstly, stop starting with a position title. It creates a confirmation bias and leads to closed-minded thinking and problem solving. If we think we know the answer, we won't look for and consider all the alternatives. Secondly, make sure you have an org chart that sets out the key functions in your business, and for each of those functions, all the tasks that need to be undertaken in each of those functions for it to work effectively. And thirdly, then build each job description from scratch. Look at all the tasks. Highlight those that the new hire will need to complete. Even if you're duplicating a position and you cheat with the previous version, go through that exercise. If you do that, you'll hire the right person for the right job. And when we get the right person in the right roles, we give them a decent chance of at least meeting our expectations. Recruiting is costly. So getting it right reduces frustration, saves time and money, and makes running your business less stressful and more profitable. That's it from me today. I look forward to you joining me next week for another episode of Tube Time Tuesday. Happy days. Yewww.